Chivos here, bring you another Football Manager 2016 video. It's time for another episode of my Pentagon challenge, and we'll get into things as we always do. Today, we are still joining you with Palmeiras. We are a bit further down the season, and we'll have to see how things have been going on. As you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, we do have the league table. We currently sit in 6th position. Now, we have only played 30 games. A lot of the other teams have played 31, so technically we could still grab 3 points, which isn't too bad, but we do need to start performing a little bit better, because obviously we need a top 4. I prefer a top 3, but top four could possibly do it, so we do need to improve on that front. Now, as you can see, we do sit on 51 points. Flamengo are currently top with 58. Atletico Paranense could overtake them, though, if they manage to win. So, really, it's still tight at the top. Flamengo are 7 points from us, but with a win, they would only be 4. So, we're still in the race. We only go up to 5th if we won, but be behind Corinthians on goal difference. So, things aren't looking too bad now. Schedule-wise, what's been happening since I last saw you? A lot. Now, the last time I saw you was against Botafogo. We beat them 1-0. A very uninspiring game, but we did manage to pick up the win. Since then, not too bad. You know, we beat Bahia 3-1, quite good there. We lost 3-1 to Sao Paulo. I was a bit worried, but it did turn things around for us. We had a 1-1 draw with Golas. We had a 2-1 win in the Brazilian Cup 4th round against Paranense. We drew 0-0 with Flamengo. 0-0 with Paranense in the second leg of the Brazilian Cup. We then beat Nautico 2-0, Vitória 2-0, before Cruzeiro beat us 3-0 because Abel Figueiredo got himself sent off after 2 minutes. Straight red card, off after 2 minutes. We played practically a full game with 10 men. There was no way we were getting into it. And then we beat Santos 1-0. Santos been playing very poorly this season, but then it started a poor run of results. A 0-0 draw against Fortaleza. A 1-0 draw in the Brazilian Cup quarter-final against Flamengo. A 1-0 loss to Internacional. A 0-0 draw with Portuguesa. A 2-2 draw with Atlético Mineiro. We were 2 goals. It was 2-0 in after 7 minutes, and then we managed to lose it. So, the last 5 league games, only 1 win. Not the best. If you look in our last 5 games in all competitions, we haven't won. So we found a very bad patch of form. I'm hoping we can turn it around today against Sport. Obviously, we are coming into the run in here. We do have to play against Corinthians. We do play against Atletico Paranense. But on the last day, we do play against Botafogo. So that is a bit of a positive there. But we have to play 2 of the big teams. We need, really, they're 6-pointers. Corinthians is a 6-pointer. Paranense is a 6-pointer. Mineiro was a 6-pointer, and we only managed to draw. Flamengo in here was a 6-pointer as well, and we managed to draw. So, the one thing I do see concerning is the fact we're drawing so many games. Now, you can say, oh, Paranense have drawn 11, Internacional have drawn 10, and we've only drawn 9. Yes, we may have only drawn 9, but we've lost 7 games. Paranense have only lost 4. 4 games. Incredible. So, Paranense showing that they can defend or that they can score. So, it's going to be a bit of a problem when we come up against them. So, Brazilian Cup-wise, we're expected to reach the semi-final. You know, if we go out now, I'm not too worried because we're in the quarter-final. It is 0-0 in the quarter-final, I do, but 1-0, 0-0, I've just spoken about, I've forgotten. It's 1-0. I knew the scores were level. So, we can still get through to the Brazilian Cup semi-final. And if we do, we could face the likes of Corinthians, Vitória, or Nautico, which means, theoretically, the Brazilian Cup could be a very good way for us to qualify for Copa Libertadores. So, I'm really focusing on the Brazilian Cup, so hopefully we can win that, because otherwise, the league isn't looking too good for us now. So, obviously, the date I last saw you guys was the 1st of the 8th. Have I made any transfers? Well, here we go. 1st of the 8th. Yeah, if you look down here, we have sold Fabrizio. I told you that I wasn't going to sell him. PSG were in for him. I wasn't going to sell him. But, you know, I couldn't resist. You know, PSG came in early in the year for Anderson. And look at Anderson now. He's still a very good player. He's on loan at Internacional. Now, we did sell them Fabricio with the funny eye. You know, this is one prospect I was looking at. He's gone back on loan to Atletico Mineiro. If they had have asked him to come back on loan to us, I would have said yes. I would have been more than happy. But they didn't, and it is a bit disappointing. He's been doing okay for them. But as you can see, 5.25 million, a good deal for us. So we have brought in 11.58 million in transfer fees this year, which means we have brought in a bit of money. We are keeping the club afloat, which is what we need, because if we're going to win the Copa Libertadores, we need to have money. We need a transfer budget, we need to concentrate on youth, and we also need to make sure we don't go into administration. So 3 things we have to look at. Youth is coming through quite strong. Got a few prospects coming through the ranks. Keeping the club afloat is looking good. If we can keep selling players for big sums of money, we're going to be okay. So really, we just need PSG to keep coming in for players. I've made a one signing since I last saw you, 43k. It was Douglas from Cruzeiro, a 19-year-old Brazilian youngster, 17 first touch, 16 free kick taking, 17 crossing. So technically, he's got what I want in a winger. So I'll show you his winger stats here. Dribbling does lack a little bit, but if we can train him on the dribbling, he could become a decent player. When he signed, he had a 5-star potential ability that has dropped since then, but still potential to be a good player. You know, and for 43k, why not? Look, 4 appearances, 1 goal, 2 assists, 2 player of the match. I'll tell you what, for 43k, he's already done something, so I'm quite happy with that now. Fluminense have sacked their manager, but that doesn't matter to us, because as you can see, Fluminense, 17th. You know, I was looking at the Fluminense job, and, you know, I'm glad I didn't get it. Santos, I looked at the Santos job. I'm glad I didn't get it. Now, Palmeiras, it is a challenge. I'm telling you now, it is a challenge. We're like Flamengo, Mineiro, Corinthians. 3 big teams. We need to get around them. So are we going to? Well, we could, but a win is what we need today. So this is how we're going to set up. The tactic hasn't changed, because although we've struggled the last couple games, it's been working for the rest of the season. So we may as well keep it the same and see how things go. Andre Luiz still starting at left back. Fantastic. Pingo starts in goal ahead of Rodolfo. Rodolfo keeps getting injured. You know, he's got the flu. He gets a bruised head. It's just small little injuries. Keeping him out of the game. And although he's 3-star current and potential ability, Pingo doesn't quite match up to him as a goalkeeper. But the thing is, Pingo is in form. He might not say here, but he's been playing all right. Obviously, the last 5 games haven't been the best, but he's doing quite good. I'll tell you that. He is doing quite good for a goalkeeper. 6.78 in his last 5 games, and 6.77 overall this season. Yeah, I've got to give him the chance. He's been playing well, so we may as well keep him in. Victor on the right-hand side, been playing quite well with Ronaldo and Abel Figueiredo. Figueiredo getting his spot back in the first team after his stupid mistake he made when he was sent off. Romulo and Tiaguinho start in the middle. Now, Andre Romulo is retiring at the end of the season, which could be a problem because he's versatile, he's a very good player, and I need to find someone that's similar to him. I need to find someone, because otherwise we could be in trouble. So, Tiaguinho, I'm trying to train him up to fill that gap. Obviously, he's got 3.5-star potential ability, but the problem is he's only 1.5-star at the moment. So he's still got a lot of developing to do if he's going to become the next Andre Romulo. So that's a bit of a problem. But we do have Romulo here as well. Romulo is 31. He's also a very good midfielder, so hopefully he can stay for another couple of years. We do have then Douglas on the right-hand side. We have Neto through the middle and Daniel Antonio on the left-hand side with Dow starting up top. Now, you're probably wondering, where's our other players? Jaba. You know, he's been playing quite well, Jaba. 29 years old, getting on a bit. He's very good. As you can see, he has scored 17 goals. But the problem is, how can I play him on the left if Antonio is in a decent run of form? That's the problem. Form. If we're not in form, then how are we playing? Fernando, fantastic this season. Bring him off on the bench, and he does help out. You know, he's got a few assists and got a few goals, so that's working well there. And the other main figure in our team is Gino Anton, who keeps going away on international duty, so I can't keep him in the team if he keeps going out on international duty. But I'll tell you what, we will bring him back for... I don't know who we can bring him back for. Maybe roll on. Maybe Roland's going to have to do it. So here we go. We're going to play a 4-2-3-1 as we always do. Only 4 instructions, keeping it simple. But we do need a win today. We do. So that is going to be huge. Whether we can do it or not is a different question. It is against Sport. We should be able to beat them. But we will have to see what happens. So here we go. We start the game on the defense. And I don't like this box pitch. You know, it makes my stats look just completely out of the way. And I don't like it. I do not like it. But that's what we have to deal with today. The box pitch. It's not long, but it's wide. And I do like to play wide football. That's why we play the wingers. So hopefully we can get something. But at the moment, it's not looking good. We're not even having possession of the ball, which is a bit worrying. No one's had a clear-cut chance, though, which is excellent to see. But we haven't even had a highlight. You know, it's disappointing when I go through bloody 15 minutes of admin and our first highlight is nearly conceding a goal. But, you know, we need more highlights. We do. Here's Andre. Neto clears. Now, can we keep this ball out? It looks like we can for the initial. It doesn't look like it, though. He's Biquinho. Gomez. Is he going to go out left? Arios? Surely he looks out left. He does. Leo Palais. There's another Palais, but he hasn't managed to do anything with it. So, we're very lucky there. But after half an hour, we do need a bit more to happen. And when is it going to? That's the main question. When is it going to happen? 45 minutes almost at the half-time mark, and only the one highlight to them. It's not looking good. Dow on a 6.4, something I need to be careful of. Neto on a 6.5. So, tell the boys calmly, you've been unlucky so far. And maybe I can tell them calmly, where is it? I have faith in you. Because you know why? Because the faith thing always tends to work. I don't know why, but it does tend to work, and I'll tell him that I do have faith in you as well. And there you go. We've turned an average team talk into a fantastic team talk. The question is, we do have to keep it up in the second half. We need a goal. If we don't score today, we could be in trouble. And if we concede today, we could be in trouble. It's frustrating. It is frustrating. We were looking so good. And then we've just had 5 fixtures in a row where things have just gone really bad. And it's just cost our whole season. Our whole season. We're in the top 3. I think it's far out. We've just conceded again. Biquinho, forget it. We need to make a change. Dow off. Fernando, no. We're going to go ham here. I think we are going to go ham. I'll tell you what, undo that. We're going to do 3 changes. Antonio off for Java. Anton on for Douglas. And Dow off for Fernando. Here we go. Let's see if this changes anything. Because we can't afford to lose. I'm sorry, we cannot afford to. And we're going to go attacking. Yeah, we're going to go attacking. Here's Neto on the ball. Here's Anton. Fernando. Oh, the super sub nearly does it for me again. He's been fantastic off the bench this season. Here's Chow. Pingo, great save. Fantastic. But Sport really having the better of the game today. We've had one clear-cut chance. We haven't taken it. And it does look like it is costing us. Now, Figueiredo's on a 7.5 in the back line. But it's not good enough. We've still conceded. And as the clock ticks down, it looks like it's going to be another defeat. And our season's gone from amazing to terrible. I'll have to show you the league positions in a second, but we've crumbled. I don't know how, but we have absolutely crumbled. We've got the Brazilian Cup next fixture. I'm going to have to focus on it. I don't have a choice. I do not have a choice. I need to focus on it because if we're out of the Brazilian Cup, I don't think we're getting Copa Libertadores this season. Now, we do have 2 minutes of stoppage time. Can we get something back? A point? If we could salvage a point from here, I'd be more than happy. But it doesn't look like it, as we may have just conceded our second. We have Sport are going to take the game 2-0. And we do need to focus on the Brazilian Cup now, because we're not getting back into the league. I'm telling you now, there's no hope. There is no hope. Here's Spinola. Puts it straight past Pingo. Maybe Rodolfo needs to come back into the goals. But this wasn't what I was looking for today. I'm telling you now. I thought we would have been better than this. I really did. Here's Anton on this right-hand side. Late doors. Nothing happening. And it looks like Sport could break again through Spinola. Flavio Augusto. Figueiredo. Lucky. He's on a yellow card. Here's Tiaguinho. Here's Neto. Can he find Fernando? He slowly can. Fernando, oh, nearly got one back. Nearly. Are we going to have time to take the corner? Maybe. Romulo, ball in. Fernando, no. Neto, shoot. That's a terrible shot. And it looks like that's it. We've lost 2-0 to Sport, and things haven't gone the way I planned. They have not gone the way I planned. We now stay in 6th position. And the loss does see us, what? 3rd, 5 points off the pace. 5 points off the pace. We have 7 games left. It's not looking good. It is not looking good. 5 points off where we need to be. Paranense have won 4-0, which is not good for us. So, what can I say? What can I say? This patch of form right here, we'll highlight it. I can't highlight. This patch of form right here from this Fortaleza game onwards is shocking. It's shocking, and now we go into the Brazilian Cup with no confidence. Morale's low. Fluminense, we should be able to beat. Corinthians, though, that's a real task there. And Paranense as well, that's another task. They currently sit top now. They've gone to top of the table. It's tough. It's tough. But Brazilian Cup, that's what I need to focus on. And also, just as you can see, the league positions here. We got up to 2nd, and then we dropped off. We've been sitting around the top half. I'd say, yeah, top half. And then, you see, we sat in 3rd for a good 5-6 weeks in a row. Dropped to 4th, back to 3rd. And then this recent run of results has seen us drop from 3rd to 6th. So, we were in the top 3 for a very long time. We're really starting to lose it now. The Flamengo game is in 3 days' time. So, I am going to have to focus on that. But that is it for today's episode. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe to see more of my Pentagon challenge. And hopefully I catch you guys on another video.